Castle once again, and we're going to be using the Bicycle Ghosts of Tombstone deck, which I've used once before when we played 40 Thieves. This is a really good deck for Beleaguered Castle because it has the right side up numbers on both sides. It's been quite some time since I played Beleaguered Castle on the channel. My last whispered video of this game was my second video that I ever uploaded to the channel. So, I think it would be good to reintroduce the game, since I think I only had like 10 subscribers back then. So, Beleaguered Castle is a pretty old classic solitaire game. I believe the first recorded rule set that we have is from the 1880s, so pretty old, and it's one of the most popular open solitaires. There are many variants. It appears in almost every solitaire collection, and it is personally my favorite traditional solitaire game. I play it all the time. When I'm waiting for stuff to install or download at work, I'll just pull it up and play it. Or if I'm out of the house, waiting in a waiting room or something like that, I'll pull it up on my phone. It is an open solitaire, which means that all of the cards are dealt face up. You know where everything is. It is a game of perfect information, so you can make all of your moves ahead of time and don't have to rely on luck, which makes it more like a puzzle than a regular solitaire game. So, to start, we take the 4 aces and we line them up in a vertical column in the middle of the field. These will be our foundations. Next, we deal 8 piles of 6 cards each, 4 on each side of the aces. And this is going to be a little messy at first, and then I'll straighten them out after we're done. Whoops, I forgot to take the jokers and the other cards out, so those are going to show up, and we just got to take them out. That was my bad, but it's no big deal. Still one joker. Where's that last joker? Is it gonna be the last card? That would be crazy. Wow. That's funny. Okay, I'll straighten these out real quick. So the goal of Beleaguered Castle is to move all of the cards onto the ace piles in the middle. The foundation piles are built up in suit, so each ace needs to have a 2 of the same suit placed on top of it, and then you would place a 3 and a 4, and you would go all the way up to king. So by the end of the game, all of these piles should be empty, and you should have 4 stacks of 13 cards ordered from ace to king. The piles on the outside are called the tableau, and on the tableau you stack in descending sequence regardless of suit. So a 9 of any suit can be placed on a 10 of any suit, and a jack of any suit can be placed on a queen of any suit. You can only move 1 card at a time. There are a few tutorials tutorials on YouTube which say that you are allowed to move multiple cards at a time, but they are either mistaken or are describing a variant, because pretty much every source for this game that I've ever seen, besides those YouTube videos, says that you can only move one card at a time in this game. If you empty out a pile by moving all of the cards to other piles, you can use the empty space for any card. And this is going to be essential to winning the game, because if you don't make an empty space, it's almost impossible to win. And that's all the rules, so let's get started. And the first thing we can do is take this 2 of diamonds and place it to the foundation. Now let's take a look at our piles. What we want to look for is a pile that we can empty out that has 2s in it. That's our ideal pile. This pile has 2 2s in it, but it has a 7 on top. So the question is, can we get past that 7? We also have 2 9s, so we need 2 10s as well. I'm seeing that we could move this jack to this queen to reveal a king. This queen could go to this king, revealing a 4. This jack could go to the queen here, revealing a 5. This 4 could be moved to the 5, and then this 7 could be moved to the 8. We can move this 9 to the 10, but we don't have another 5 for this 4, and we also don't have another 10 for the 10. Wait. We could move this 10 to one of the jacks. There's another 10 right here, but we don't have a 6 to put this 5. And it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get to any of our 6s. This one is under 2 queens. This one is under a king, which automatically means it's a no-go. This one is under the 5, so we can't get to that. And this one is also under a 5, so it looks like we're not going to be able to empty this pile. The second 9 and the 4 are going to block us from emptying that for now. I'm looking at maybe being able to empty out this pile, but it doesn't have any 2s in it, so I would like to not do that pile. Again, we can't do this pile because it has a 5 that we can't move. So that's all 3 of our remaining 2s, and we can't get to them. So we're gonna have to find a pile that does not have a 2, which maybe this is the one. We could move this jack to here, the queen to the king. This jack could move to the queen, the 4 to here, revealing another king. Oh, but no, oh wait, this 10 could go to the jack, reveals the 5, the 4 goes to the 5, the 8 and 7 go to the 9. The queen can go to the king we revealed here, and then we need to get this 8 to a 9 somehow. I don't know how we're gonna do that though. This 9 is covered by a 7. We would need to do something to the 7. We would need a different 8 to move it to. But I don't think that's going to happen. We have an 8 here, but... Wait, hang on. Could we do something tricky? No. I was thinking maybe we move the 7 to the 8 to move the 9 to the 10. Then both our 9s become available, but then we can't get the 7 off the 8 because there are no other 8s to move it to. I really wish we could get to this 10. It would make things so easy for us if we just had a 6 somewhere. This one is looking like it might not be possible. With Beleaguered Castle, it has a 68% chance of being winnable. So, about a 1 in 3 chance of getting an unsolvable puzzle, which honestly to me isn't too bad. This might be one of them, but I'm not certain. I might plug it into FC Solve just to see if it's possible, but I'm not going to look at the solution. I just want to know if it can be solved. So I'm going to do that. 1 second. Okay, so FC Solve says it is solvable, so I have no clue what I'm missing. I'm just going to have to look harder. I wonder if we can somehow get to this 6 by moving both of these queens. That seems crazy, though. Wait, maybe it's not. I thought it seemed crazy because our goal was to empty this pile, and if we move both of these queens, then we couldn't move this queen. That's why I thought it wouldn't work, but now I'm thinking about it again. If our goal is to empty this pile instead, then maybe we can move both of these queens. let's say we move this jack to here, queen to here, jack to here, 4 to 5, and then the other queen goes here, reveals the 7, this goes to one of the jacks, the 5 goes to the 6, this goes to one of the jacks, this goes to the empty space. Oh, that's definitely it. Okay, I swear I did not look at the solver to figure that out. Okay, let's do that. I'm glad I checked, though, because I would have given up, I think. Alright. So, this goes here, this goes here, the jack comes over here, 4 goes here, and then we do the other queen right here. Now that reveals this. 10 goes to the jack, 5 goes to the 6, 10 goes to the other jack. We take the 2 of spades. This 3 can go to the 4 right here, and then this 6 can go to the 7. Look at that. I did not believe, but we managed to get an empty pile. Now, let's see if we can solve it from here, because we got the first empty pile. That's usually the hardest part, but I could still blow it if I'm not careful. So I really want to empty this pile, but we need to get to an 8. 2 of our 8s are in this pile. I think those are the ones that we have the best chance of getting to. Why am I only seeing 3 of the 8s? 1, 2, 3. Where's the 4th 8? Oh, it's right here. Well, we're not going to get to that anytime soon. I might have an idea. I'm trying to figure out how we get rid of this queen right here. Because the queen, I think we could empty this pile to get to the 8 if we had somewhere to put that queen. So let's say we move the queen to the empty space. The 4 goes to the... No, we don't want to put the 4 to the 5. Not yet. Like the 10 and the jack could go here. But we have the queen. How do we deal with the queen? Oh, maybe we can reveal this king. I'm just wondering what we do with that 5. I guess it goes here. Hopefully temporarily. I might have an idea. So we move, I do think we're going to do this. We're going to move the jack and the 10 over to this queen right here. And I think this is going to go to the... I'm just going to double check before I do that. This goes to the 10. This goes to the 5. This goes to there. And this goes to here. Now the queen goes here. I think I made a mistake. I think I shouldn't have moved this queen here so hastily. I might have needed this 5. And I also think I put too many cards on this pile. I think I should have figured out a way around that. Oh wait, I just realized we had this. And, oh my god, I completely missed those moves. Okay, we might still be okay. I was totally missing those foundation moves. Sometimes I get so caught up in looking at the piles that I totally forget to check the foundation moves. Okay. Put this to an empty pile for now. The 9 comes here. 4 goes to the 5. No, I miscalculated. Oh, I thought we had another 10. I think I didn't take my hand off the card, but I think it's over anyways. I don't think there's anything we can do from here. I don't know why I thought I had another 10. I got too excited after the foundation moves, I think. Hang on, there is still some stuff I can kind of do, but I don't think any of it leads to a win. Yeah. I think it's over now. Alright, that's a shame. That was definitely a solvable one, but I think after I made the 2 foundation moves, I didn't take enough time to consider where I was going from there. I thought I was on the right path, but I didn't take enough time to consider my next moves. I got too excited, and I ended up putting myself in a corner. That's a shame. You have to be very careful with every move you make in this game. that's what happens if you aren't. I'm hoping we win at least one tonight. I would like to win two, but I don't know how much time we're gonna have. This game requires a lot of thinking, and I usually cut my thinking time out of the video so that it flows better. Which means that when I play Beleaguered Castle, the time I spend recording is a lot longer than the actual time in the finished video. So, that first game probably took like, I don't know, I'm gonna guess after the edit, like less than 10 minutes. I've been recording for a half hour. So, yeah, it gets cut down a lot. Let's see how the next one goes. And yeah, you can see the Ghosts of Tombstone deck with the two-sided numbers makes it really easy to see the cards on the left side. Normally you have to read them upside down, and it's a little awkward. But it's very easy to see the right side up numbers with this deck. So we start with 2 2s this time. That's good. And we get a 3 as well. Alright, let's take a look at our piles. This one looks pretty promising. Actually, we can definitely empty that one out. The 9 goes here. The 10. Oh wait, we don't have a jack for the 10. The 8 to the 9. 6 to the 7, but then we need another 7 because there's a 6 right here. I totally did not see the jack. Or sorry, the 10, I mean. We need a jack. If we had another 10, we would be good. There's one here, we can get to it, but it requires us to cover the 7, which we need for the 6. So we need another 7. There's one here, but we would need to move the 10, so we would need another jack. The other 2 7s are underneath the king, so we're not getting to those. What about this jack? Can we get to that? We need 2 6s. We can get one here. Is there another 6 we can use? I don't see one. I think we're gonna come back to this pile. I think I'm gonna try this one instead. This 9 could go to the 10, the jack could go to the queen, the 8 could go to the 9. And we can move this 8 to the other 9. 5 goes to the 6. Oh, we need it. We need a third 9. I don't think we're getting to a third 9. The other 2 9s are here and here. I was thinking about maybe this pile. The 7. So I think what we would do is 7 to the 8. 7 to the 8, 4 to the 5, queen to the king, 9 to the 10. But then we need another 7 for the 6. We run into the 6 problem again. Where the only 7 is here, which needs a jack. Oh, hang on, maybe there's a way with this pile. We do 9 to 10, 8 to 9, jack to queen, 8 to 9, and 7 to 8, which will be somewhere one of these piles. 4 to 5, queen to king. 9. I don't think there's going to be another. Well, there's going to be this here. The 6 can go to the 7, reveals the 10. The 9 goes to the 10. That reveals this. That reveals this 6. The 5 goes to the 6, and then this 8 goes to the 9. This is very confusing. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm thinking like way too far into the future, but we're going to try it, I think. Let's see how this goes. Now this goes to the 7, reveals the other 9. The 5 goes to the 6, and the 8 goes to the 9. I can't believe that worked. Wow, okay. Now where do we go from here? I would like to get to one of our 2s. We've got 1 here, 1 here. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing where we could go from here. We can almost get down this pile, but we get stopped at the 6, and then we wouldn't have anywhere for this jack anyways. Getting down to the 2s, this 2 is underneath 2 kings, which is just not going to happen. We would need 2 empty spaces for it. We can move this 7 and 6 over to the 8, but we need to move this 9 and 8 somewhere, and we don't have another 10. Our only other 10 is here. We're not getting to that. It's under a king, and a whole bunch of other cards that we can't move. So I think this is another loss. I'm curious if this one was winnable, but if it was, we didn't go down the right path, unfortunately. Let's try again. By the way, I can't thank everyone enough who has been watching and enjoying the videos and liking and subscribing. It's just the past couple weeks have been totally crazy. I think about 2 weeks ago I had 90 subscribers. That was after about 3 months of uploading videos. And then all of a sudden, these past couple weeks, I've been getting so many new viewers and subscribers, and we're almost at 300. In fact, I think by the time this video comes out, we'll probably be at 300. That's insane. Took 3 months to get to 90, and then over the span of 2 weeks, we went from 90 to 300. Thank you so much to everyone who's been enjoying these videos. For commenting as well. I love reading your comments. Every time I wake up and there's new comments on my videos, I always get excited. The fact that people are liking these and saying such nice things is just unbelievable to me. Let's try again. Game number 3. Let's see. We've got a 2 here, a 2 here, and 2 2s here. Let's laser focus on this pile right here. If we can get to those, the 10 can go to the jack can go to the queen. Do we have a 6 for the 5. This 9 could go to the 10 that we moved here, revealing the 6. The 5 goes to the 6. We take both our 2s, and then there will be another jack here, and we can move the 10 to the jack, so that looks like a pretty solid start. Normally I would go through all the other piles and see if we have any better options, but the fact that we get 2 2s and the fact that I'm getting a little impatient means I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So the 9 goes here, the 5 goes to the 6, we take the 2 and the 2, and the 10 goes here, and look at that. We've got an empty space already. You didn't even have to think that hard for it. Sometimes they just give them to you. Now we want to get to our 3s and our remaining 2s. So one of them is here, one of them is here. Now we can get the 2 of clubs and the 3 of diamonds here, but we can't get rid of this queen, which means we don't get an empty space out of it. Unless we can do something with this 3 and then move this 6 and 5 to the 7 right there. Is there a 4 anywhere that we can get to? Let's see, where are our 4s? We've got 1 here, 2 here, and 1 here. Unfortunately, I don't think we can get to any of those. It still might be worth making this sequence right here. I don't know, let's look at our other options. Do we have 8s? Not really. I'm thinking if we can get to this 2 of spades right here. But I don't see how we move these 7s. I think we're just gonna do this sequence right here. We take that. This goes here. This goes here, and we take that. Now we didn't get an extra empty space out of it, which concerns me a little bit. I think I'm gonna start unraveling this pile right here. The jack and 10 go here. We take this. We can take that, but I'm gonna wait before I do that. I may have a plan. We move this to the foundation. This 5 goes to this 6. This 8 goes to this 9. No, because we have nowhere for the 3. Darn. I could move the 4 to the 5 and then the 3 there, but I wanted to reveal this king. And we don't have any other 4s we can use for this 3, do we? Wait, we can move the 5 and the... Okay, hang on. I think I got something. Now this 8 goes here, 7 goes to the 8, this queen goes here, 6 goes to the 7. That doesn't work, because now I don't have anywhere for this 6. I could do this, but we still don't have anywhere for that 6, so we still don't get an extra empty pile, which was the whole point. Let's see, we could move this jack and 10 to here. Oh, hang on. Oh, this works. The 8 comes here, 4 goes to the 5. This pile's a little awkward, but this works. And then we'll just move this 3 to the foundation. Okay, we have 2 empty piles. We're getting somewhere. Oh, we can do this. The queen and the king go to their own pile. The 7 and 6 go here, and then the jack goes here. That's a little more organized. Let's move the 5 and the 4 over here. Oh, maybe I should have been working off this pile instead. Let's move it back. So, we want to do this pile first, I think, because it has the 2 of spades in it. Okay, I think there's something we can do. I hope I've thought this through correctly. Now it looks scary because we have no empty piles, but now we take the 2, the 3, 4, then the 4 of diamonds, the 5 of diamonds, and the 5 of spades as well. We can take the 6 of diamonds and the 7 diamonds to the foundation, and then the 6 of hearts goes here. Okay, we've got our 2 empty spaces back. And these can come over like this. Now we have to deal with this pile. This is the last hurdle, I think. But with 3 empty spaces, I think we're all set. I think we might have solved this one. And we can just... does that work? Am I rushing here? Okay, I think this actually works. Then the 9 and the 8. And now this 9 goes here, and it looks like we have won our first game of the night. That's amazing. Okay. I'm so glad because I was starting to get a little scared after those first few games. It seemed like I didn't have it with me today, but we did manage to get 1 win, so that's good. This is such a tricky game to solve. Alright. That wasn't a very good spread, but you can see everything is in order. Let's get those aces back out. And I think we're gonna do one more game. I would love if we won this one. A 50-50 record would be very much acceptable for me for Beleaguered Castle. I think my average win rate in this game is about 30%. So, if we could win 2 out of 4, that would be definitely a good night for me. Just give it an extra thorough shuffle. Since we won, make sure all those suit sequences are spread apart. Alright, our last game of Beleaguered Castle. This game is so challenging. I remember the first time I ever played this game, I thought it was impossible. I played a couple deals, and I could only make a few moves before getting stuck, and I thought, this game must just be totally luck-based, like you just have to get the perfect deal in order to win. But that's not actually true at all. This game is very winnable, more often than not. Like I said earlier, a 68% 100% chance of getting a winnable deal, even though the game seems impossible when you first try to play it. You just have to be very careful and think out your moves. And of course, the most important thing is to make sure you get an empty pile as soon as possible, otherwise you're going to have no chance. Let's see. We have a 2 here, which we can get. No, we can't get 2, I don't think. We don't have a 10. Well, we can move this 7 here, 9 to here, get the 2. But a 2 on its own isn't necessarily good. We use up some of our moves, and it doesn't put us towards an empty pile, which is really the most important thing. I know I go on and on about it when I play this game, but you really want to get an empty pile as soon as you can. This pile's looking pretty good. We need another 8, though. The sequence I'm looking at here is we move this 7 to the 8, 10 to the jack, 9 to the 10. We take this 2, the queen goes here, 6 goes to the 7, which would be here. We take this 2, but then we're stuck at this 7. We have to do something with that second 7, but we don't have a second 8. We do have one down here, but I don't think we can get to it. We would need to get by another queen. I don't know where we get another king to move that queen. Any chance we can get to a 5? We can get to this 5, but I don't know if we can actually go anywhere from there. So what I'm looking at is 3 to 4, 3 to 4. I guess this would go, yep, this would go here, and then this 3 would go here. 6 would go to the 7, we take the 2, and then we take the 3, or this one, it would be here. Then we have this 5, and this 4 can go to the 5, this 7 goes to the 8, this 5 can go to the 6, jack goes to the queen, 8 goes to this 9, I guess, and then we take the 2. I think that works. Let's try it. Alright, we got our pile. We take this as well. Now we could take that, but we're gonna leave it for now in case we need to move a 3 there. Is there any chance we can get to a 10 so we can get to the 2 of spades? I don't know if that's gonna happen. Hang on, I'm gonna do this. I wanna see if this goes anywhere. Maybe I should be checking if it goes somewhere before I start making the moves. Probably a good idea, but I have made the moves anyways. Will we regret them? Possibly. I think I'm gonna go with this right here. Grab this 2. This 3 can go here for now. We'll move this 5 and 6 to here. And we'll move this to an empty pile temporarily. This queen goes here. I'm gonna move this to the foundation, and then we move this 6 and 5 over to here. And now I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know where I was going with this. Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't know where I was going, but I was going in the right direction. Because now we get our 2 of spades. Very nice. Where do we want to go next? The 3 of diamonds is right here. I would like that. We also get... Yeah, let's do that. We'll move this king here, take the 3 of diamonds. This 10 goes here, and we take the 4 of spades. Now, we can take this and this safely. Now I think I want to start taking cards off this pile right here. We'll move this 9 over here, then move this 8 and 7 onto the 9. And we'll move this queen and jack, or sorry, jack and 10 onto the queen. And this 9 will go here. We can move this to the foundation. Let's move this 6 to the 7, the 8 and 7 to this 9 right here. I'm going to move this queen and jack here temporarily. Then I'm going to move this to the foundation, and then the queen and jack are going to go back. And now I'm going to move this 10 to the jack. Take this 5 to the foundation. I'm going to move this 6 here. This queen goes to the empty space. We take the 6 of hearts and the 7 of hearts. Now this 7 of diamonds goes here. This queen goes to the king. The jack goes to the 10 or the queen. And I think we've solved this one as well. It's looking like it. Alright. Okay. That's awesome. Oh, I'm so glad we went 50-50 tonight. Like I said, that's above my average win rate for this game, so I'm super happy about that. Alright, nice. So, that was Beleaguered Castle, one of my favorite solitaire puzzle games. It's always a joy to solve. Requires some real tricky maneuvering and careful analysis before making your moves, although sometimes that last game I did get a bit lucky in that I made a few moves without doing much analysis and they ended up taking me in the right direction. That was pretty reckless, but it worked out in the end. Alright, so that is going to be it for this video. I had a great time playing Beleaguered Castle, I always do. This game is just so satisfying to win. I just wanted to say once again, thank you so much to everyone who's been watching my videos and subscribing and commenting and doing all the other stuff. It's seriously been so fun these past couple weeks. We're gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep making new videos and hopefully you guys will like them. The next video we're going to do is going to be a Scoundrel variant video. So we're going back to Scoundrel, but we're gonna play some variants, and I have a few in mind. I think it's gonna be really fun, and I think we're gonna bring out this deck for it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a good night and sleep well, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.